the late 70s, so in exactly the time you were talking about. And where I agree with you to a certain point, I think that the first thing is you have to put the demands or the best interest of the child first.
Yep.
Is it better that a kid is left to language in sort of foster homes and in sort of social care, or is it better to place him or her with a loving family who wants to have children?
Willing to
and
have
I think
children.
it's always going to be the latter. The latter is always going to win through for me. Then you've got the actual system itself, whereby Black history isn't taught in schools.
Yeah.
You growing up, especially in the 70s and 80s, even now, you can turn on the TV, you can watch a show like 8 out of 10 Cats, where it's got four white people on the panel. So you're not seeing representation at all, and that's happening in the wider world, isn't it? So to discriminate against a white family when they're up against the wider world representing Black people anyway, seems to be unfair. I think I agree with what you were saying earlier in terms of, well, both of you, in terms of isolation and there not being that sort of representation around. However, I think that families should be taught about going to cultural events, reading up about Black history, having those discussions with their kids. That didn't really happen with me, and I had to find it out for myself as I was older. But now I think that should be an important part. And if you can do that, you're breaking down barriers, you're teaching other races about race, and quite frankly, you're helping create a melting pot, which has to be positive.